In 2025, I released a video about using Google Gemini Storybooks for language learning, and I demonstrated how powerful it can be because it can generate a story with pictures, with audio and with text in multiple languages and basically at any level. But not only that, what people don't realize is that you can actually control the characters, the story, the language, the vocabulary and everything. So in this video, we're looking at advanced use of Google Storybooks for generating stories for our students, or if like me, you're using it to actually learn a language on your own. You'll see how powerful this tool is. The other brilliant news about this technology is it's free. Really hope you like the video, and as always, if you do, please like it, please comment on it, please share it with other teachers and students, but most of all, I'd love to have more of you signed up to my YouTube channel. Let's get started. You need to go to your Google Gemini, so click here, Google Apps, find your Gemini, click on Gemini. When you come into Gemini, I want you to notice now that if you click over here on the right hand side on what's called expand menu, you'll have a button called Gems. Click on Gems and you'll find the storybook button here. Now, in all honesty as well, if you just simply click on new chat and write a storybook, it will also work. So if you write a storybook about blah blah blah, that's also going to work. But the best way probably is to go to your gems, and from your gems click here, and now you've got the storybook all open and ready. Now what I want to talk about a little bit is exactly what information you can give to get the story generated. So it's really important to understand that as language teachers or language students, you've got massive control over this story. You could, for example, include students from your class in the story if you're a teacher. And in fact, many of the teachers who work with me on Patreon have told me that they've done that. You can, for example, even control the theme and the topic, so you could relate it to something that you're actually studying at that moment in your course book. Perhaps the most interesting thing, and I'm going to show you a brilliant trick in a minute, is that you can even upload specific vocabulary that you want to include in the story. Now remember, this can be in different languages and at different levels, etc. In fact, it would be possible to even exactly stipulate what you want on each page if you wanted to. You can even upload a PDF file giving information to the storybook. There really is no limit, but just remember that you're only going to get 10 pages. Now let me show you some of the ideas I've just suggested in action, and you'll see the power of using or generating storybooks with Google Gemini. I'm going to show you a great trick you can do with Google Translate. So if you come over to here, and this is going to really help you if you want to specify the vocabulary that you want to use. So I've just clicked on my apps and I'm going to go to Google Translate. You should find your apps, your Google Translate somewhere here. I'm going to click on Google Translate. And let me just show you exactly how Google Translate works. What I'm going to show you now, very few people know about. Watch this. I'm going to write in a word that I've come across today in Polish that I want to learn, and it's the word kidney. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on this button here that saves that word into my list, into my word list. So you can be building up your word list of words that you don't know in a particular language. Now, where are your saved words? Well, they're here. And if you click here, you can click on them, and you can actually see a list of all your words here. And in fact, one thing you can do as well is click and listen to them. So I can click on this button here and listen to pronunciation of the words. If I don't want to keep a word as well, I can just click on it and delete that word as well. Okay, now watch this. This is the really powerful thing. I'm just going to point out again so you can clearly see where I am. Okay, so this is how I add a word to my list. This is how I go to my saved list. Now, what about this then? If I click on this button here, I call it the magic button. And if I click on it, what it does is imports all the words into a big list that I can then copy. So I can see, for example, this big list of words here that I currently want to study in Polish, or that I'm currently studying in Polish. And let's imagine that I want to use some of them in my story. Let's say I want to really use some of this vocabulary that I'm currently studying. I'm just going to select these words here. I'm going to copy. And indeed, I could now paste these words into the Google Storybook and say, please, can you include these words in the story? Now, you may want to include all the words, okay? And you could, of course, do that as well. But I'm just going to select a small number that I want to work with in my story. Now, I'm going to write my instructions. Can you write a story about a man, or in fact, can you write a storybook about a man who's getting impatient with his wife who is trying on lots of shoes in the shoe shop? I want the story in Polish at level B1. Can you include the following words? Now I'm going to paste in those words. There's just one thing. Notice that it will be one long stream. So you will need, I'm afraid, to actually now, break up the words. So I'm just going to quickly do that. So I've done that. All I've done is just made a space between each word so it's really clear. Now, of course, you could even upload a file. You could have actually uploaded a file of words, but I've done it this way. And now all I'm going to do is click on this button here, and I'm hoping it's going to generate the story for me. If you want to know more about the magic button in Google, which is one of the most popular videos on my YouTube channel, then I'll put the link to the video on the screen now. I'll also put that in the description below. And if you're enjoying the video, please click on the like button because it really helps me. So let's now look at what happened and what kind of book was generated. And I'm also going to show you some other examples of other books that I've done for children and in Spanish as well. Here is my story, and I've got in the shoe shop with the angry husband. Absolutely perfect, good level. I wanted it to be quite high level, B1 in Polish, and of course it's working through some of the vocabulary. I can see a couple of examples that I wanted to use in the story. Here's another example of a story I did in Spanish. Again, quite a high level. Again, I kind of dictated the story. This one, I wanted it to be about the topic of ice skating. And remember, when you make these stories, you can share them with your students. Your students do not need to have a Gmail account. All you need to do is to click on this button here, and then it will give you a link, and you share that with your students and they will be able to access the story. And of course, remember that all these stories come with the pictures, with the story, and of course, listen here.
Elena ya estaba despierta. La habitación permanecía en silencio.
Now, if you look at the story that's on the screen now, I've actually controlled here the name of the characters. I've controlled literally the whole story here, exactly what happens on each page, and that Abigail visits Dracula and Frankenstein, and they're all very friendly, and then she comes across a witch, and the witch teaches her about making magic potions, and then she's introduced to a very shy ghost, and the whole story I controlled. And of course, this was for young learners, so it's incredible how much control over these stories you've got. Now, I'm going to show you something else that you might not be aware of in Google Gemini, where again, you've got lots of control. On the screen now, you can see a fabulous infographic. I produced this using Nano Banana. Nano Banana is the image generation tool inside of Google Gemini. This one works with prefixes, or the prefix im, and this one I really love. It shows regular features within the irregular verbs in English. If you want to learn how to make infographics using Google Gemini and the free tool, watch the video that's on the screen now, and thank you very much. Okay, really hope you liked that video, and if you did, then please come over to teachertrainingvideos.com. Loads more free videos. Look at all the different menu items at the top of the screen here. If you're a teacher and you want to keep up a little bit more with the work I do, we often organize webinars, online courses, etc., then sign up to the newsletter. And if you sign up to the newsletter, there is a free 14-part mini video course in using technology in language teaching, and nearly everything I suggest is free. If you want to take it a little bit further, then think about joining me on Patreon. If you join Patreon, you get extra videos every month with no advertising. I just go straight into the training, lots of ideas about how you can use the technologies in the class with your students, and you also get the chance to meet me online once a month for some direct training, and that's a real opportunity for you to practice using the technologies with me. And finally, if you want to go even further, join me on my very popular course, Technologies and Approaches to Blended, Hybrid and Online Teaching. I do that in collaboration with NILE, that is the Norwich Institute for Language Education, a very prestigious organisation in the UK. And that course has been running for many years and is very popular. Thank you very much. I'm going to leave a few more videos on the screen now that you might find useful.